Welcome in, friends. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, let's see if we can find myself. And get myself all shared out. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Friends, welcome.
I'm gonna take me down because nobody wants to hear me a gazillion times. Thank you, Miss Yvonne. I appreciate you, my friend. So, I am in the Crafters Gone Wild event today, and it is all about techniques, my friends. It is all about techniques. So we will be trying something, and we'll see how it goes. Hello to everyone. Thank you, Miss Yvonne, for helping Miss MJ out. I truly appreciate it. I know she does too. I'm hoping that she feels better soon. So just keep everybody in your mind. Up before me was Miss Brenda, and she was crocheting. I was actually very intrigued. And she was like, yes, up next is tomorrow. I'm like, oh, I better move it. Up after me is going to be Seasonal Reasons, and I'm excited to see what she is going to be doing. So if you've missed any of today's presenters, please go back and watch them. You can watch everybody at the Crafters Gone Wild event group. It is a free event group, and you get to see all of the creators from today. We've already had Miss MJ from Gmaw's workshop. We had the Outcast Crafter. We had Crafting with Sharon. Like I said, Miss Brenda was up before me, and then up after me will be Seasonal Reasons, then Crafting with Annie, and finally we'll have Butterflies and Dreams Creations. So we still have 3 other amazing creators, so stick around and watch them. Learn something new. You never know. It might be something you've never done before, you've thought about, you've been interested in. Give it a try. You never know if you would like it. You know, the Outcast Crafter, she did crackling with napkins, and that's super fun. I love doing that technique. So we're gonna get rolling. I hope that you guys like what I am bringing, and that maybe it is something you haven't seen before. Welcome in, Miss Rosa. Hello. Thank you so much for popping in, my friend. I really do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm going to turn you guys down so that you can see on my desk. Okay. Alright. And this is what we will be working on. We are going to be working with jelly printing, and I have the 3 by 5 out. This is a small jelly plate. There are larger ones, okay? This is one of the smaller ones, but I thought that this would be fun to play around with, you know. At least to get started. You can do a lot of really fun things with these. This is a great way to make papers. So we are going to yeah, we're gonna get started. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully you guys like the ideas. I did keep my my piece on top because it is a jelly print, so everything's gonna stick to it, and I didn't want to leave it uncovered, and you know, we end up with kitty cat hair on stuff, because you know that's how we roll here. My cats love to leave their glitter everywhere, and I do have a few different things that we will be utilizing. Okay, so I have some regular printer paper. I also have some hymnal pages, and I do have a magazine. This is a National Geographic, so we'll be pulling some images from here as well. Okay, so what I actually want to go ahead and do is figure out which image I want to play with. So let's look at that first. Ow, Luna! Sorry, girl. Welcome, Miss Brenda. That's pretty cool what you were doing, dear. My daughter has taught herself to crochet, and I think that is amazing. That is not something that I ever learned or was good at, but she is actually pretty good at it. So but yeah, hello there, sweet Connie. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Thank you so much for popping in. I'm trying to find something that wouldn't be like too large. This might work. This one right here might work. So let's pull this piece out and have that, and see if we find something else that we could utilize. So the thing about the magazine is we are actually transferring that image onto our jelly plate, okay? Which is the very cool part of this, right? Is that we get to transfer images. So if there's, you know, images that you come across that you think are really cool, this is a great way to work with them. Guess we'll work with that one for now. How is everyone doing? Okay, so I have my jelly plate. Okay, I have a brayer, which I will be using. I did grab 3 different paints here to kind of use to layer them, and so we'll play with those things. So let's get rolling. Welcome in to everybody. And this is just regular acrylic paint, guys. It's nothing you know, nothing special. We all tend to have some kind of paint somewhere, right? We all tend to have some paint somewhere. Going to get hello there. Thank you for sprinkling me out, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I've tried to make sure to get everybody sprinkled out today and hopefully see what everybody was up to. Right? Because fun. right. Let's see if we can come over it with some of the pink. Let's see how that does. And I'm actually gonna go in some different directions here to try to make sure that I get all coated up. And try to offload as much as possible on paper, and we'll make some different prints that way as well. So this is all about playing with what you have around you, okay? And they sell all kinds of tools and things that you can use, but you can find things at a hardware store that would work just as well. So this is a scraper like what you would use for like putty and stuff, that you can get at the hardware store. So it's got serrated teeth in different widths. So we're going to use it to give us a bit of a design, and we'll try to carve that design into our jelly print right there. And then hello there, Miss Susan. Thank you for popping in. Today we are in the Crafters Gone Wild event group, and it is all about techniques. So this is a gel plate, and you use it for gel printing, okay? And so I'm just going to grab a regular piece of copy paper now, and I'm going to lay this down on it. And we do need to let it dry. We do need to let this dry before we pull it up. Okay. So we can help it move along with our heat tool a little bit. Don't want to go too long because, you know, that is a gel plate. We don't want to dry our plate up. It still feels a little wet in some sections. So, and we'll pull this up, and we will reveal what we have been able to create. Look at that. Look at how cool that looks. Okay, pretty cool. So then you can come in here, and you can, once this dries, you can come in here, you can cut it out. So we're gonna wipe this down, and I mean, you can wipe it down, you cannot wipe it down if you don't want to. I think I'm actually gonna leave that there, and we're just going to keep on adding stuff to it and keep on seeing what different things we can come up with. This is all about playing. I will be turning mine into tags probably to have for backgrounds and stuff. So yeah, I think that would be really fun. Again, we're going to come in and we're going to use our brayer and try to get this as even as possible. And then again, I'm offloading my excess on a piece of paper, which will also be later turned into, you know, art as well, because, you know, you don't waste that paint, right? So all of those pieces will be utilized. So we're doing a few different versions here. Like I said, we're gonna just play with some household items that you might have. Think about it. I mean, how many things do we have that we could turn into design makers? So these are from Wilton. These are supposed to be for frosting. Okay, these are supposed to be to design on frosting, right? So again, these are things that we can use, right? And we can come in and we can make something, right? We can totally do something with it. Alright, and so then we're gonna come back and we're gonna layer our paint on that again. I'm gonna go through wipes like crazy, but that's okay. I try for my stuff not to get like super dirty if possible. Alright, so let's bring that green back in. And so our blue is what's down first. And now we're going to come in with our... that was not good. That's not going to come out good. I didn't shake this paint up properly, evidently. Well, let's see what's gonna happen if we roll this over, because there's still some paint, right? So we'll just roll this over here. See how that goes. Husband just left for work. He said he hopes to be home early tonight. So that'll be nice if he does get to come home early, around midnight or 1 o'clock. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry just a tad bit. And let's come in with a different shape. This time, let's go in the opposite direction. And we'll see what this ends up doing. And then we're going to come in with our pink again. So y'all keep our wonderful MJ in your prayers. I don't know what it was that she did, but she said she hurt herself. So hopefully she gets to feeling better soon. Love us some MJ. She has just always been so supportive of everybody, and I just love her. Thank you to everybody for popping on today. It is a Friday. So, what is everybody's plans for the weekend, if you have any? Maybe your plan is just to relax and rest, and that is a great plan on itself. Or maybe you have an adventure planned. What is everybody doing this weekend? What is everyone doing? Alright, so we are going to lay our paper down. We're going to come in and see, this is already dry. That dried up real quick. So I'm just going to come in and go down, let it soak in, trying not to move it too much. It's a little, I think I might have messed it up. I think I moved it around. But we're going to dry it again and give it some a chance to dry some. Relax, rest, work on your journal. That is it. That is an amazing plan. Relaxing, resting, and journaling. How fun, my friend. Alright, so let's pull this up. Let's see how it did. I don't think I let it dry enough. I did not. So I'm actually going to come down, since there's still plenty of paint on there, and I'm going to come down and do a second pickup. Oh, yay! You get grandbabies for the weekend. Oh, how fun. That is definitely got to be fun. I do not have grandbabies yet. That'll be the next big step for my oldest. If he, well, first he's got to find someone. He's got to find someone he wants to be with. That's gonna be the first thing. So just making sure this thing dries a little bit, and let's pull and see. Yeah, ooh, look at that. We got the green coming through. Really nice. So obviously this one's going to dry faster than this one, but I'm good with that. We're just going to set that over to the side. Hopefully we do not have kitties that find it. Oh, I'm sure you will enjoy. I'm sure you will. I've heard so many people say that, having kids is a blessing, but, it is just a whole nother thing when you have the grandbabies. So, I love my kiddos, so that'll be a lovely addition. Just not yet. They're still young. They still gotta experiment with life and all of the things. Let me go get a few more colors, guys. I want to bring in some other colors into this. Oh, I'm sure it is. Like I said, I've heard, and I can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to dry so it gets sticky again. That's the thing with the gel plate. I mean, it's made out of jelly. It's sticky. It's meant to be sticky, because you want it to, to grab a hold of that paint as you're putting it on here. gonna tell you, I have just as much fun with the off-putting of paint on pages as I do with the jelly print. I have just as much fun playing with that. So you can find jelly prints, like I said, the jelly plate. You can find them, I don't know if Michaels still carries them. They used to. And I think they were one of the things that Hobby Lobby had gotten rid of when they were downsizing their craft stuff. I think so. But still check your local stores. I know for sure you can find them on on Amazon, on the big A, as we say. You can definitely find it there for sure. So check that out. Okay. So definitely check it out and see if you can find it, if you can find it there. Okay, so see how it gave me like the outline of my image? I needed to have left that to dry a little bit more. That was way too wet, but we'll still play with it. We'll still play with it. So we're just gonna add colors on top of this. It'll be fine. So the idea of the magazine images is that it will translate them over to your jelly print. And you can offload onto, you know, old book pages, and then you would have, you know, decorated book pages. You could offload onto music sheets if you wanted to, you know, anything of that nature. So, okay. So what is something else? Oh, Miss, you know, T, I don't have those. Okay, well, let's see. How about, you know, this is a pack of 12 combs that I had got at the dollar store. Right? You get 12 combs for $1.25, well, or $1.50. I don't know, because their prices are changing, so I'm never sure what it is. Hey there, MJ, how are you doing, my sweet friend? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better. You had us worried there. So we are playing with jelly prints, and right now we are going to give ourselves another layer. Ow, 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 ow. And I'm just offloading on a random piece of bad print from my computer. And like I said, I end up turning these also into things that we can cut up and use for you know, for future projects. Don't waste your paint. Never waste your paint. You never know. So yeah, I was asking what everybody's was doing this weekend. So Miss Connie is going to be resting and working on her journal, which is exciting. And then the Outcast Crafter has her grandbabies coming in, which is super exciting. Alright, super exciting. Alright, I'm going to actually, this one I'm going to offload onto a piece of music. Okay, a piece of a music sheet. So we're just going to come down here and gently put it down, and then we're going to give it some extra. Now normally here I would just relax or whatever and let it dry on its own, but we are speeding up the process just a little bit because we are live, and I do want you guys to be able to see a little quicker how things work. I mean, it doesn't really take a whole lot of time, really. Just, you know. Yes, we are. We've got you in our prayers, dear. Over there telling us you hurt yourself. That scares me. So, all right, we're gonna pull it off and see how well it did. It's still kind of wet. Still kind of wet. Ha ha ha, very funny, very funny. That is hilarious. Haven't had pets leave. Well, I have pets, and sometimes they decide to just, you know, mosey on in with them. And I'm like, that wasn't part of the deal. Okay. So we can still see some of the texture that we did there with the comb. You see that? But I want to try this again, and we are going to try to get a light coating if possible. I think that's light enough. And let's try this other image over here and see if we can get it to stick. I know, right? She's a comedian. Oh, she's a comedian. Welcome in to everybody. I really do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys can see what I am trying to work on here. I pulled out the smaller jelly plate hoping it'd be a little bit more visible. It's proving to be a little bit more challenging is what it's proving to be. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that there or not. Let's actually come in and move this onto a dark piece of paper so that we can see the image being revealed. Hopefully that'll help. So honestly, like, there's a lot of different techniques you can do with your jelly prints. There's lots of YouTube videos, but I have found out that the best way is to come in and just play around with it. Okay, so see there, that was the image that we transferred. So we made a negative of the magazine image. You see that? You can kind of see it there. It didn't come out 100% really well because we ended up picking up too much of the paint, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, you could still cut this out and it looked like a very interesting tag, right? Alright, I'm actually going to bring this back down since it's still somewhat wet. Well, thank you. Glad you like it. And today is all about techniques, guys. So different things that you could do. And I was like, well, what could I do that possibly maybe somebody hasn't seen or maybe hasn't tried and has been curious about it? So, okay, well, that was already dry, so that definitely didn't work. So I figured, why not? We'll try it together. Alright, so I've got this mustard yellow here. The image transfer is something that I just have not been able to get down really well yet. I can play with this and I can make layers, but the image transfer part is definitely not my area of expertise as of yet. So we're working on it. That's why I was like, you know what, let's work on it together and see if we can figure it out, right? That was my thoughts. If you guys like the video, I would appreciate you guys' thumbs up and all that good stuff. You know, it helps to get the page some visibility. But biggest thing is I'm so grateful that you guys are here and talking with me. It really makes my day. I am so grateful that you guys have taken a bit of your Friday out to come and hang out with us. Again, up after me is Seasonal Reasons, I believe. Is hey there, Miss Beth, how are you doing, my friend? So she will be up after me. We do have, there's 3 crafters up after me. So stay tuned. This event is nowhere near done, okay? Nowhere near done. You've never seen it done before, Miss Yvonne? Well, that is, then I am glad that I'm bringing that. Okay, so the pot is kind of there. So we're going to work with that one. The same as always. Well, then, you know, you're here, which is a good thing, right? I always have to remind everyone, including myself at times, that, you know, if we wake up, it is a blessing. Seasonal Reasons, yes, yay. Want to make sure I got her name right. right? So just the fact that we can wake up every day is a blessing from our Father. I'm trying not to put too much force, but this thing is not wanting to turn. There we go. Now you're turning. I think I have too much dry paint on here. Alright, we're gonna see how this turns out. So we did the print like we did last time, but after letting it dry a little bit, we put some more paint on. So now let's see how this one turns out, okay? And again, we're gonna let it dry. And you can do this on copy paper, you can do this on, I mean, we've done copy paper, we've done colored paper, now we're doing hymnal sheets. I mean, whatever you have, you can work with. I'm gonna make sure to try to get this a little dry. That's the kicker, right? We want it to dry and get adhered to our paper. And hopefully it will pick up our image. Like I said, normally this is one of those crafts where it's fun because I tend to be able to walk away and then I'll come back. Let's see how this works. Let's see. What do we get? Faintly. Can faintly see that jug right there. I mean, not bad, but I can faintly see the outline of the jug. So what I might end up actually doing is coming in with a fine tip once it's dry and outlining the jug so that you can see it. So I might end up doing that with that one. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Miss MJ, for hosting these events. I really do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. And thank you, Miss Yvonne, for helping her out today with the sharing. That's always helping. I've shared everyone else out as well into my group, so hopefully, to my sharing group, so hopefully that'll help too. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it is pretty cool. Like I said, normally I have the larger one, and with the larger one, so I'll do like we've been doing, like the different layers and just, you know, different types of, you know, drawings on it, and I'll do like full sheets at a time, and then those are great to add color into your journal. So if you're doing a journal, those are great for that. And I need another offsetting paper because this one I put way too much. That's the only thing. I'm very heavy-handed, and I've put way too much paint on that. You need thin layers because you want the layers to go through. And I just put way too much on that. So again, you know, take the comb. If you don't have like any of the specialty tools, guys, I mean, we can use whatever we have, right? We're crafters. We can figure these types of things out. We can, we're meant to be creative and there's a word there. It's like ingenuity. Something along those lines, right? Y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Something along those lines is what we're doing. So we're going to try to get this to dry so that we can put the next layer on. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Same thing with this one. Like this one, I'll probably come in maybe with white, or I could actually fussy cut it around like the pot and then add this onto something else, you know. So I mean, it's there. And then of course I'm not going to waste this either. This will be used as well. So we don't ever throw anything away, right? We don't ever throw anything away, because that would be wasteful, and we don't do that as crafters. I want this to dry a little bit. Like I said, it's yeah, I think they're looking really cool. And then of course you can use whatever colors you want to work with. Okay, try to work with contrasting colors if possible. Hello there, how are you, my sweet Lori? Welcome in, my friend. We are playing today with techniques, and this is jelly printing. And if you've never seen it done, it is you're utilizing a gel plate. Now I will tell you, you can find videos on YouTube where you can make your own, but they are not very stable. Like I've seen more people have posted where they've grown mold and stuff like that from, you know, the paint and stuff, because like you can make yours, just it's not gonna last a whole long time. You've never seen it? Well, so cool. I'm glad that I'm bringing something that y'all have not seen. This is, I guess, considered more mixed media, which I guess is why it's one of the things that I'm into, because y'all know me and my mixed media. I like to do all kinds of craziness, so I like to explore all the avenues as much as possible. So we need this to dry so we can get all of our layers up with it. The one thing that I was trying to do is image impression using a magazine image, and it has to be a magazine image because of the gloss. There's something chemically with the gloss that's on the magazine pages, okay, which is why that's what you want to use. But I'll keep experimenting with it, because I do want to be able to do and get those image transfers done better. I think it is such a cool technique to be able to do that and put it down. Like, I think that is so cool. And so what we do here is we're trying to let it dry so that it'll dry and soak up into the paper. And there we go. So see how we had the purple down and we did the little striations with the comb, and then we brought the green on top, and the green peeks through. You guys see that? It peeks through where we did the lines. So you see how this one has the really thicker lines? if you have another color under that, that color would peek through those lines. So that's the cool thing about playing with this, is that you could, you know, manipulate your paint to do things of that nature, which is really, really cool. Let's try one last one. Again, see, super heavy handed. I always want to put a whole bunch of paint, and you only need a thin layer. Only need a thin layer. So, I mean, we could use a comb again, or we could come in here again with, these are meant for your, what's that called again? For your, like, icing decorating. So let's use this one, huh? Let's do something like that with it. Get this to dry a little bit, and then we can put another color on it. Let's try blue this time and see how that works. And you can use things, household things. You could use bubble wrap. If you have bubble wrap, that makes the cute little bubble look to it. Super adorable. You know, and I mean, I'm not saying that anybody's like me, but you know, we get packages, and so if there's bubble wrap in there, you can use it essentially as a stencil to make your little circles, which is pretty cool. you were thinking blue. Yeah, so we're gonna use this blue right here, Blueberry Frost, which was the one that I brought out, and we'll do that color. I don't think I let it dry enough, because it looks like it's smudging it. It looks like it is smudging in some spots. Alright, let's see what that does. And for anybody wondering, I'm offloading on papers that I have on the floor. That's why I keep on turning downward. Because I'm not going to waste paint, and I can make some really cool prints from that as well. How's Caden today? Miss Lori, how's he doing? I know he was pretty bummed out he couldn't go camping, but hopefully he will get to feeling better soon. And they can figure out what's going on. So thank you to everybody for popping in, everybody who's been here. Like I said, this is called jelly printing. I hope, have they decided what they're gonna do with the cloth yet? I know that they were trying to figure that part out. Hello there, Miss Sharon, welcome in. I remember you mentioned that they were trying to figure out I don't know if the medication was going to be able to get rid of it or if they needed to intervene. But we are praying for him. He is a fighter, and we will continue to pray for him and his health, okay? You're going up tomorrow so Jen can spend time with the family. She does. You are correct. She does. She needs to be able to have those mental breaks because it is very exhausting. Okay. So not perfect, but y'all can see what we were going for. There's the yellow and the blue coming through, right? So again, this would be really cool to cut up as a tag. And see here where it kind of smudged, that was where it was still wet when I went to go put down the blue. But here where it had dried, it came out really, really good. So, yeah. And just did another echo. Okay. Alright. Well, praying, and you know that you can always message me at any point in time that you may need to talk, or if you need to give an update for specific prayer requests, please don't hesitate, okay? That's what friends are for. And I'm trying to clean it up so it's not super, of course. And you can use both sides of this, okay? Like, you can turn around, you can use the other side too. It's a jelly plate on both sides. It'll work regardless. So let me put that on it. This is the little plastic protector that it comes with. Don't ever throw those away if you get one, okay? Because nor the container that that it comes in when you buy it. There are special tins that you could get, but this works just as well. And then you can just save your gel plate like this, and it stores nicely and away from the wear. So I had gotten mine from so this one is a 3x5, and I got this size from the Joann's before it went out. It was the only size they had left, but I have gotten a larger one. Yes, ma'am. And I've gotten a larger one from Amazon. You can get the size of a piece of copy paper, so you can do big pieces at one time. So thank you so much again. We were working on jelly printing. Here are some of the ones that we've done. All right, guys, a few different options here we've done. We did some even on music notes, and see if it's nice and light, the music will shine through, which is pretty cool. Thank you so much, MJ, for hosting this event and for having me. Guys, try out new techniques. You never know if you'll find the next thing that you'll fall in love with and that you'll want to add into your repertoire. So give it a try. There's lots of videos on YouTube of all kinds of things. As I said, you can make one at home, but it's just they're better and more stable if you purchase one. So thank you, guys. Let's go over and watch Seasonal Reasons, and I will see you guys